Hi everyone, this is Tisch Aitken and it is October 1st, 2021. Unbelievable to say. And I just wanted to give a brief encapsulation of the month of October. Currently, all of the planets are retrograde, but soon that will change. And that's really good news. I'm already feeling the hopeful shift because I was burning out a lot in August when we had all of those Uranian aspects and heavy Aquarian energy. And I think it started to get it together more mid-late September. And I don't know for the rest of you, we all go through our stages, you know. Sometimes are easier than others. We are in the age of Aquarius, which can be very unpredictable. But with all of that said, Mercury is now retrograde. It retrograded at the end of September on the 26th at 10:10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time and on the 27th at 1:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And Mercury retrograded in Libra, 25 degrees of the cardinal air sign of Libra, which is centered on relationships and partnerships and justice. And it also defaults back to the fall of 2018 when Venus retrograded initially in Scorpio at 10 degrees of Scorpio. Oh my gosh, my cat just jumped on my table. This is really helpful. But because my computer is semi-broken, I can't do anything about it. Okay, so this is ridiculous. Okay, so you see the mayhem that this is a art project segment. Anyway, so Mercury retrograde in the sign of relationships, setting off the Venus retrograde story of the fall of 18. And when Venus retrograded in Scorpio, it then stationed direct on November 17th at 25 degrees of Libra. Every 8 years that pattern recurs, and they form a Venus-Sun star point. It's an inferior conjunction, but it's when Venus meets up with the Sun and forms a new 8-year vision and cycle of what you want. Think back to the fall of 18. What were you trying to achieve at that time? I know a lot has since happened, and so we're all in a very different world, but don't give up on your dreams and what you value. If you're starting to want to date again or partner with others professionally or with yourself in different ways, if you want to launch a business, good news is 4 planets stationed direct this month. That's a huge deal. Pluto stations direct on the day of the new moon, which is on October 6th. We have a new moon in Libra. Set intentions. Do the law of abundance on that day. And we will feel the buildup now, the first. We feel it 5 days before and 5 days after. Pluto is a planet of death and renewal. There could be major endings and loss and change with that, but also it's enabling us to empower ourselves to move ahead because we want the planets to be direct. And the new moon is always a new beginning, so set intentions. Then on October 10th, Saturn, which is how we structure our goals and what we want to accomplish, stations direct at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 6 degrees and 56 minutes of the fixed air sign of Aquarius. We feel that 5 days before and 5 days after. You can feel pressured initially, or maybe you have to achieve a lot in a short period of time or a really heavy deadline, but this is good too, to anchor our goals, to build community, and to evolve our skills in the new age of Aquarius. On October 17th, Jupiter, the luckiest planet, stations direct at 22 degrees and 20 minutes of the fixed air sign of Aquarius at 10:10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time and at 1:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on October 18th. We feel that 5 days before and 5 days after. Jupiter is how we magnetize good fortune, how we learn and teach and garner information, how we learn empirically, and how we promote and publicize ourselves. This is very good news. So now 4 planets are direct. But today, Pluto is squaring Mercury. That can be combative and intense. Neptune is forming a beautiful quintile to the North Node of Fate. Some people may have fated opportunities or connections, but it is a little, intense with Pluto squaring Mercury. And that will happen again, later on with Mercury retrograde. And right now the date is escaping me because my cat's about to jump on my table again and is knocking things off. He feels the mayhem, so you must be too. And I wish you all a lot of luck. Use this time to readdress the dream. Maybe you were doing some ritual in the fall of 18. I know I was. I was in Venice Beach, and I was by the ocean. I was seeing clients, and I remember meditating and really manifesting with that Venus Sun star point that occurred on October 26th at 3 degrees of Scorpio when Venus was retrograde that fall. Don't give up on what you love and what you value. This is a Mercury retrograde period. It's going to be very intense, but it's also going to be very illuminating with 4 planets stationing direct. And it's in the sign of relationships. So usually when Mercury retrogrades, we could hear from somebody or run into somebody from the past. I think that will be much more emphasized given the fact that it is in the sign of partnerships. So good luck, everybody. Today is intense, but tomorrow on October 2nd, Venus is going to sextile Pluto. Be very passionate, sexy energy, can be very creative, can be good for financial endeavors. On October 3rd, Sun opposes Chiron, the wounded healer, and that could bring things up, but it can bring light to heal the wounds. Mars opposes Chiron today as I speak, and that also could bring up some wounds or painful issues, but giving you the courage, hopefully. Mars is in Libra. It's in its detriment there because it rules the opposite sign of Aries, but don't worry because at the end of the month, on October 30th, Mars is entering Scorpio. All bets are off then. Mars is fearless then and unstoppable, and it will be there until December 13th. And with that, I bid you adieu, and hopefully next week I'm talking to you from a fixed computer. All right, thank you.